Air Expo 2012. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Joint Base Lewis McChord and Air Expo 2012. My name is Larry Strain from Orlando, Florida. It's my pleasure to be back here for the third time to narrate the day's activities for you here at Air Expo 2012. I'm your boss today, Mr. George Klein from Greensboro, North Carolina, and all the music and production being brought to you by Wise Productions. With John Hickey down there at the control panel, we thank you for coming today. We got a few things to remind you of before we get started here, and that is no smoking on the ramp at any time. All of the static airplanes are loaded with fuel. We don't want any accidents. There are two smoking areas. One is that the right side of Hangar 3 over here, the brown building that says McChord Field. There's an entry control point there, and right there is a smoking area. There's another one all the way to the far back right by Hangar 3 Hangar 1 over there, and that also says McChord Field on it. Those are the only two smoking areas. Lather up with a lot of sunscreen. You laugh right now, but we're going to get some sunshine a little bit later on, and we want to make sure you don't get burned. Drink plenty of liquids. Keep yourself hydrated today. It may feel cool, but you can get dehydrated rather quickly. Now, lost and found is the big Hangar 3 that says McChord Field up there on your right if you're facing the runway. That's where lost and found is. Why don't you tell your family about lost and found, because yesterday we had 18 lost kids. If you look to your right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get right into action right here. That big C-17 based right here at Joint Base Lewis McChord. Inbound on board is John Wiley from the 22nd Special Tactical Squadron. He has over 1,000 jumps. He just returned from Afghanistan, and he's carrying in our U.S. flag. He'll be exiting out of that C-17, being flown today by Captain Shane O'Neill from Des Moines, Iowa. His co-pilot today, Captain Jordan White from Apple Valley, California. The safety officer on board, Captain Mike Lewis, loadmaster, and here's something a little bit different, and exchange personnel, Warrant Officer Dave Daly from the Royal Canadian Air Force, 7th Air Squadron from Ottawa, Canada, and the other loadmaster on board, Staff Sergeant T.C. Setta from Lakeland, Florida. To sing our national anthem for us up here today from Glee Project 2 is Tacoma's own Nellie Veitenheimer. Did a beautiful job yesterday, and I know that you will enjoy it. I'm going to ask everybody in just a second to please stand and remove your cover for the singing of our national anthem. What will happen is that John Wiley will come out of that C-17 you see approaching from the right. We'll deploy that Ram Air parachute, and then just a few seconds later, unfurl a big 300 square foot American flag as we hear our national anthem. Inbound hot, the target area is hot. He'll be landing straight out in front of us out there between the runway and the taxiway. Got a little wind from our backs today. That's why the C-17 is a little bit offset from the runway, accounting for the wind so that John can exit that airplane. And I imagine he'll be pulling that chute out rather quickly, because it won't take long for him to get to the ground. They wanted 5,000 feet, and that's what we got between these clouds up here. But he won't be in free fall very long. Once he exits that airplane, he immediately accelerates to 120 miles an hour, uses his arm fling, and he's away. You can see John Wiley just came out of the tail of the C-17 in free fall, and there is the Ram Air parachute open as our C-17 makes its way overhead, flown by some of the best here at Joint Base Lewis McChord. Ram Air parachute has openings at the leading edge of it that allows the parachute to be flown very, very similar to an airplane wing. He wants to turn right, he turns, pulls down on a toggle on the right side, left, left side, the flare of the parachute for landing, he'll pull down on both toggles. Very, very steerable. These Ram Air parachutes have a forward speed of about 17 or 18 miles an hour. Jumpers like John, they can do what we call halo, that's high altitude exit, low opening, or high ho, high altitude jump and high opening. You can float for several miles with these Ram Air parachutes. Heading ever so slowly for the target area. Like I said, we got a little bit of wind up there, blowing about 8 to 10 knots, I suspect, right now. And that reduces obviously his forward speed by just about half with the wind blowing. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that beautiful 300 square foot flag. And now to sing our national anthem, Nellie, Veitenheimer.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say